Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Everybody. Let's get started today. You can either sit or lie down on the floor. You might want to have a pillow or even a blanket nearby for comfort. I do recommend putting a pillow underneath your knees if you're lying down, or even just sitting on the pillow to elevate your hips. Let's take some time to practice mindful breathing. For the next 3 to 5 minutes, the breath is the foundation for our entire practice. As long as we're breathing, we're doing yoga, and breath is more important than the physical movement. The way that we breathe ultimately can create awareness and structural support to the body. So always bringing the practice to the foundation, the breath. Let's place either your hands on your chest or maybe even a hand on the belly and become aware of the breath, noticing, is it more in the chest? Is it more in the belly? There's no right or wrong to this. This is the art of observation. This is an active, awareness-based meditation that we begin with noticing the breath. There are a lot of different breathing techniques that you'll have the opportunity to experiment with today in this class. We're going to focus on what is called Pranayama, which is management of the life force or restraint of the life force. So we're going to put a lot of emphasis on different breathing techniques. And at any time, if you start to notice any discomfort in the body, just return to your body's own natural rhythmic breath. Let's begin by shaping the breath, practicing diaphragmatic breathing. This is often known as the foundation breath. As we inhale, we want the stomach to expand or to round itself out as we inhale, and then it will slowly contract effortlessly on the exhale. You might want to imagine in your mind or see in the mind's eye a balloon between your belly button and your spine. When we inhale, preferably through the nose as much as possible, that breath is going to move down into that place between the spine and belly button, and that balloon inflates. So the belly button is going to push away from the spine. It might even press into the low back. We might even have a sensation of expansion through the sides of the hips and the waist. And as we exhale, it's just like if you were to let a balloon go, it's effortless. It's just a nice big sigh of relief for the body. No effort on the exhale. If you notice that your breath wants to move up into the chest, we're going to meet the body where it is. And we are allowing the breath to move up into the chest or into the heart space as well. Continuously encouraging the breath to begin as low as possible in the body, beginning in the belly and in the hips. You can exhale from the throat, open the mouth, maybe sigh, maybe give a little bit more voice to the breath. Sometimes it's helpful to vocalize with a ha breath, making a nice, long, deep ha sound. Let's try 3 of those. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale from the throat. Let's try a couple more. Big inhale in through your nose, exhaling from the throat. Inhale through the nose, exhale from the throat. Now just let the breath be, and it's either going to be only in your belly or only in your heart. Let's shape this into an equal ratio breath. Sometimes this is combined with a 3-part breath. As you inhale, and we're counting to 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, rolling into that next breath, counting faster or slower, tuning in to your own authentic rhythm with your body. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. So you might keep it just in the belly. If you want to experiment with that 3-part breath, we're inhaling in 3 parts with the rhythmic count. Inhaling from the belly, through the ribs, up to the heart. Exhale, relax the heart, the ribs, and then the belly. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3 at the heart. Exhale, relax the heart. 2, 1, relax the belly. So let's take maybe just like the next 3 to 5 breaths, allowing you to experiment with the equal ratio breath and maybe dissect it into 3 parts. Notice how that feels for your body. When you dissect the breath, if you notice any places that feel tender or sore, maybe just breathe around that space as much as possible. It is possible to have pain or discomfort with the breath. So being respectful of the body and of its ability to create comfort, we're going to breathe around those places, giving the body as much comfort as possible when we breathe. Maybe another breath or 2. Again, 3-part breathing, rhythmic inhale, rhythmic exhale. Maybe just one more full inhale, full exhale. Now establish any point where you're able to embrace some stillness. If you're seated, let's make our way down into lying on the floor. We may want to bring the knees over to one side. Guide yourself down onto the floor. I'm going to use my pillow under my head and shoulders for the next few practices. From lying on our side, we roll onto our backs. Let's all bend our knees for now and maybe walk those feet out to hips width. So finding where the natural fleshy hip is and keeping the edges of your feet in line with the outer parts of your hip bones. Let's bring our arms up and overhead. So we're stretching a major muscle that connects the upper body, the spine, all the way down to your thighs. It's the psoas muscle. From here, notice if you feel a big lift in your ribs. If your back is pulling away from the floor, try pushing or pulling your ribs down and flattening your middle back and upper back to the floor. Taking the shoulders, opening, taking the arms back only as far as the body permits. We're not really looking for a big stretch in the chest here, as much as we're trying to stretch this muscle that attaches in the middle spine. It wraps around the trunk of your body and it inserts on the inside of your legs, psoas muscle. From here, relax your upper back. Let's take the hands down beside us, palms down. Pull back from the heels. Inhale, lift the hips into bridge. Setu Bandha Sharvangasana. Bridge. Exhale, slowly lower the hips and then lift the arms overhead. Inhaling, let's lift the hips. Hands come down beside us. You could always press into your hands, press into your elbows to get that lift in the spine. Exhale, lower the hips, arms extending overhead. Let's try maybe 3 or 4 more of those and try matching it to your own unique breath. Inhaling, hips come up, hands press down. Exhaling, hips down, arms overhead. We might be breathing only into the belly. We might feel that breath, belly, ribs, heart. It can be challenging to inhale in 3 parts. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. The next time your hips are down on the floor, hold the hips there. Let's take our right hand and bring it down to the right hip. Straighten out the left leg with a flat foot. So we're going to keep that foot flat, little kink in the knee, and just gently let your heel come down to the floor. Reach dynamically from that left armpit. We're working in a big stretch along the left side of the body. Now imagine you're breathing only into your left lung. So truly, we're always going to breathe in both lungs, but anatomically, this left lung is more open, so we might feel the breath more in the left lung. Inhale into that left lung, and then shift your awareness to the right. Exhale from the right lung, just shifting awareness with the breath. Let's try a couple more. Inhale left. Exhale right. One more. Let's lower the left hand, extend the right arm up overhead, and maybe imagine that you're stretching. Push diagonal. So you're pressing through that left heel, stretching from the left hip all the way to the right armpit. Just different muscles that we're stretching here. Now count the breath in 3 parts. As you inhale, you breathe down into the left hip, through the belly button, and at the top of your right lung, you inhale. Exhale, relax your right armpit, relax your belly button, relax your left hip. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale down into the left hip, through the belly, up to the right armpit. Exhale, relax the right armpit, relax the ribs, relax the hip. Let's do one more. Inhaling, hip, diagonal from the belly, full breath in the upper right lung at your chest. And then exhale, completely relax your chest, your belly, and your hip. Great. Let's lower both hands down. Bend the left knee. Let those knees sway a little bit. Just want to make sure that left hip hasn't gotten locked up since it was stretched out so much. When you're ready, bring it to center. Let's take our right foot, flat foot, keep a little kink in that knee, and stretch it down and out onto the floor. Lengthening through that right leg at any time. Bend the knee if there's pain in your body. Push down into that left hip. So this is where we have an opportunity to notice if maybe there's a twist in the hips. A lot of times, just, based on life, our hips will get unique characteristics where they will get off balance. So push down on that left hip and maybe just feel that you have the same amount of weight delicately balanced in both hips. From here, let's take that right arm overhead. Big side stretch on the right side of the body. We're inhaling into the right lung, out of the left lung now. That right lung is our most open place to breathe into. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling from the throat, keeping the lips together. We're preserving energy and heat this way. Inhale into the right lung. Exhale as if you're going to fog a mirror, but keep the lips together. This creates what we call the Darth Vader breath. Inhale into the nose, into the right lung. Exhale from the throat as if you're going to fog a mirror. Let's lower the right hand down, take the left arm up, and we're practicing that breath in 3 parts diagonal again. Inhale, inhale into the lower right hip, through the navel, up to the left armpit. Exhale, relax your left armpit, relax the navel, relax the right hip. Inhaling, hip, navel, left shoulder. Exhale, shoulder, navel, right hip. Let's try a couple more. Watching as that breath sweeps from low to high, bottom up. And then as we exhale, it moves out from the body, top down, moving diagonal. One more breath like that. Inhale, 1, 2, 3 at the left shoulder. Exhale, 3, 2, 1 with the right hip. Let's lower that left arm, bend both knees. And again, let those knees sway. We want to make sure that that right hip has an opportunity to unlock in case it was straining the muscles there. Make this twist a little bigger. And to protect your back, you could always put your hands down on the floor beside you. They could be low or even out like a T coming out of the shoulders. As this twist begins to gain maybe a little bit of momentum, let your body twist all the way over to one side and hold that twist over on just one side. If you're twisting to the right, you're mostly breathing into the left lung. If you're twisting to the left, mostly breathing into the right lung. So maybe just take a moment and notice that. Notice how the breath changes based on the body position, based on the manipulation of the organs and the muscles. The breath is going to take the path of least resistance. When you're ready, slowly let those knees sweep through center. Let's change sides on that twist. If you hear any snap, crackles, or pops, that could be coming from my body. It could. So again, notice where is that path of least resistance for the breath. Letting go of any impulse to control the breath. There is a little bit of effort on the inhale. That's natural. No effort on the exhale. When you're ready, bring those knees to center. Let's draw the legs in towards the chest, thighs towards the belly, so we get a nice little squeeze on the abdomen, helping to flush out toxins and maybe even improve some circulation into the gut and lymphatic system. Go ahead and straighten the legs if that's comfortable. And no matter where you have those legs, roll out the feet and the ankles. Wiggle the toes. From here, let's draw our right knee in, lower the left foot to the floor, keeping that knee bent. Option to lift the head towards the knee, deep abdominal compression. Release, inhale, switch legs, left knee in. Option to pull it in or lift that head to contract. Relax on the inhale. We will continue to alternate on that inhalation. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, switch. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, switch. Let's do one more on each side. It's waking up the energy in the hips and the low back. When you feel that this is evened up for your body, take those legs into a sway again. And let's make our way into lying on one side. Give the body a breath or two, lying on one side, getting the spine nice and stacked. When you're ready, use that top arm, slowly press up. And let's come up into any easy seated position. So if you want, for the next few moments, you're welcome to elevate your hips again. We are going to move into some big trunk rotations with a little bit of shifting on the hips. I like to call this movement the sunrise, sunset movement. Let's take the hands over to the right side of your body. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Look up and reach out from the armpits. And then exhale, gently lower the hands over on the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Reach at the top of the breath. Exhale, gentle rotation, hands come down. Maybe be aware with the breath, inhale up. Be aware of a swivel at the waistline. It's not a really big twist. It's just enough to energetically stimulate the chakra energies that regulate metabolism. Also, it's a fire energy that helps to burn off toxins that we're manipulating. Inhale, reaching up. Gentle swivel, exhale down. Let's do one more to each side, being mindful of that very gentle swivel. Inhale up, gentle swivel, exhale down. Let's add in just a little more to this. So we're going to add in now a deep belly compression, and it's going to stretch over the kidneys. Inhale, bring this up. Exhale, you're going to add a gentle swivel and then gently reach forward and brush the hands over the earth. Inhale, coming up. Gentle twist. Exhale, brushing the hands over the earth. Allow the head to lift and lower in a natural way with the spine. So as you come forward, relax your head and your neck. The back of the neck is stretching slightly. Inhale, we come up and look up, stretching the throat, stretching the adrenal glands that run from the ears down towards the chest. Exhale, drop the chest, drop the throat. Let's do one more in whatever direction you're going with these rotations. Movement matches the breath. When you're ready, switch directions. Inhale up. Exhale, come down and around. Drop the head. Inhale up. Active swivel at the waist. Exhale down. Maybe 3 or 4 more. So I usually like to do 6 to 8 of these. In traditional Kundalini, you might do over 20, 30, 40 of these. The more we do, the smaller the movement might get and the more relaxed the body will get. The arm movement doesn't have to be so dynamic. You can let your arms kind of flop around like a noodle. Let's do one more, either very dynamic with that reach or get casual with it. Let's come up into a tall seated spine. From here, take the feet out and let's roll it over onto all fours. Moving into our spinal balance. So I am going to elevate my wrist in this. I just find it feels better to have a little cushioning under the wrist, and also my fingers don't have to spread out and strain the wrist as much. From wherever you are, let's extend that left leg straight back. Drop that left hip down just a little bit. It is really common for that left leg to extend and then you get a twist in the hips, and we're working on keeping those hips steady and level today. Let's take the right arm forward, looking straight down at your yoga mat. Exhale, bring the limbs in. Inhale, taking the right leg straight back, dropping that right hip a little bit. Option to extend the opposite arm. Left arm extends as we look down. And then exhale, bring it in. Now, if you want, you can change this up just a little bit. So we can inhale, reach with the opposite limbs, and then maybe take your left foot, sweep it over the right ankle, and take your right hand and sweep it in front of your left fingertips. Then bring it to center and down. It's a little bit of a coordination balance challenge for the brain and the body, neuromuscular. Inhaling, right leg back, left arm forward. Let's take the right leg, sweep it back over your left heel, take the left hand, sweep it over in front of your right hand, and now bring it to center and neutral. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Left leg goes to the right, right hand goes to the left. Bring it to center and down. Switch sides. Right leg, left arm. Right leg goes over to the left. Left goes over to the right. Bring it to center and down. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Left leg over the right leg. Right hand in line with the left fingertips. Bring it to center and down. Last one, everybody. Right leg back, left arm forward. Right leg goes over the left. Left hand goes in line with the right fingertips. Bring it to center and down. Let's reset the hips, either down dog or child's pose. And you can take any down dog, any child's pose. So many of you are very familiar with these body positions, so take advantage of the many ways that this can be expressed. Move towards comfort. Notice what the body appreciates. You can open the knees really wide if you want to make some space for the belly and the ribs. That way there's no pressure on the stomach. Practice some heavy exhales here. If you're in down dog, you may want to go ahead and walk the dog. If you're in child's pose, let's shift forward. And we're going to work in a little leg stretch there. So instead of walk the dog, we may just take our toe down behind us and push back through our heel, working that nice stretch in through the calf and through the Achilles tendon region, through the backs of the ankles. Let's even this up on left and right for your body. Come to any still point, reset the hips, down dog, child's pose, puppy dog pose. From wherever you are, let's look between the thumbs and the fingers, step 1 foot forward, and maybe walk those hands up onto your thigh. If you want, you can always use a chair or another means of support. We are coming up into standing at this point. So let's tuck our back toe and bring ourselves up into standing for our session. Let's find mountain pose today, standing with the feet at about hips width distance, practicing our flying arms to open the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms back, reach up overhead. Exhale, back and around. Practicing a ha breath with this again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale from the throat. It could be a big sigh of relief. Inhale through the nose. Exhale from the throat. A couple more. Inhale, looking up as we reach up. Exhale back, lower the head. One more. Let's bring our hands together at the heart, stepping the left foot back, a very casual stride. Left foot back, bending that right knee. Push back through that left heel. Push your left hip a little bit forward. It's really common to get a twist in the hips with this position. So we just want to think about, what is that left hip doing? Pushing that left hip forward, bending through the right knee. Inhale, let's bring both arms out beside us into cactus arms. Inhale, straighten that right leg, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee and twist a little bit towards the right. Inhale, straightening that right leg, center, palms overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, little rotation to the right. Keep pressing back into that left heel. You don't want to over twist here, or the muscles that wrap diagonal will twist your kneecap. So just make it a small conservative twist. Inhale, center, right leg straight. Hands can be straight up or overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee, bend the elbows, little rotation, hinging from the waist. 2 more. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, gentle lunge, rotate. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, coming down, gentle rotation. Inhale, rise up. Warrior 1. Let's bend that right knee. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Finding any expression of pyramid pose. If you have yoga blocks, a wall, or even a chair nearby, go ahead and adapt the practice so that it feels right for your spine and for your body. Let's shake the head yes, and turn it left and right. When you're ready, soften that right knee. Let's come up about halfway. And we're just going to work a little bit more with that rotation and that twist. Keep your left hand on the right thigh. Take the right hand to the low back, and we're swiveling at the waist towards the right. So let's add in a different breathing technique here. We're going to add in that little surprise breath with what we call a belly lock for detoxification. So step 1 is look down at your right foot, keeping that right knee bent. Exhale all the way. Pull the muscles up in the pelvis. Keep those muscles tight, the muscles that stop urination. Exhale all the way. Pelvic muscles tight, chin down. Pause after the exhale, and now 1, 2, 3, surprise. Pull that belly button in and up. Turn just a little bit more. When you're ready, exhale. Bring both hands to the thigh. Reverse swan dive. Inhale, come up. Holding warrior 1. Now, if you notice that you get a small hot flash, maybe a little wave of heat or a flush through the body, that is very common, especially when we're manipulating the organs and the nerves of the gut. If you don't get that heat, you might still be doing it right. Not everybody gets the heat, but we definitely want you to know that if you do get really warm when you do that, that's normal. From here, let's slowly bring our hands to the heart. Step to the top of your mat, both feet at about hip width. Inhale, open into a chest expansion. Take the hands out, thumbs down, and now reach back. So we want to reposition those arm bones before we reach back. Roll the shoulders back, feeling as if the sternum and collarbones are being pulled forward and up towards the sky to improve posture. You're welcome to open the throat and slightly gaze up through the eyes. Keep the knees soft. Notice the sensations in your feet. You might want to shift forward and back, or take it in and out with the feet. Let's feel that we are fully supported by the earth through the soles of the feet. One more big inhale with your chest expansion. Exhale in place. You can stay standing or big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Pull the hips back. Relax your head and neck. stretching through the side waist and the low back. Try breathing into the middle back. Inhaling on that inhale, it will feel a little bit like cat pose. Exhale all the way first. Inhale, rounding the spine. Exhale, relax. Inhale, round the spine. Exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, rounding the spine. And relax. When you're ready, relax your hands. Let's walk the hands to the thighs. Straighten the arms. Lengthen the spine. Let's find a flat back so that we can protect the spine. Slowly coming up through center. Step the feet to hips width. Let's center the body with the breath. Fly those arms a few times. Inhale, arms back and around. Exhale. Option to close the eyes. There is more to learn from the body by feeling, so much more than for us to learn from seeing. So when we close the eyes, notice the sensations in your body. Is there any place that maybe is working a little harder? Are there any places that feel very light, very open? Just notice the body. Remember, there's nothing good or bad about this. It's the art of observation without judgment. Let's do one more. Inhale, notice the body, close the eyes. When you're ready, step the feet in pretty narrow. Let's take the right foot back, a very casual stride. The more casual that stride, the safer this is for the hips. Let's feel that those hips square up, taking a bend into that left knee, pressing back through the right heel. Inhale, arms coming up overhead, traditional warrior one. Let's add in that little flow, straightening the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, cactus arms. Adding in a gentle swivel at the waist towards the left. Inhale, arms coming up. Let's come through center, bring the arms up, straighten the left leg, maybe look up with it. Exhale, bend the left knee, cactus arms, swivel at the waist. So you may want to really dissect this movement. This is considered a functional movement to improve activities for daily living, helping us to stay independent in our homes. Inhale, come to center, straighten the leg, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, bend the knee, cactus arms, then swivel. So hopefully reprogramming our bodies to just slow down and become more aware and dissecting movement so we can reduce injuries. Coming forward, swivel. Let's do one more. Inhale, center, reach up. Exhale, down, and swivel. Inhale, coming up, big breath in. Exhale, swan dive this time, pyramid pose. Keep a little bend in the knees. Flip from the hip joints, right hip dropping down. You could stop and use a chair or any other prop in your practice to protect your body. You could touch your hands all the way down to the floor if you want. Hang the head nice and loose. Practicing that ha breath. When you're ready, let's walk the hands up onto that left leg. And we're keeping our right hand on the left leg, left knuckles through the low back. Keep little bends in the knees. Let's swivel gently at the waist towards the left. Now we're adding in that unique breath, that surprise breath with the belly lock. Let's do it step by step together. Step 1, look down at the left foot. The chin is in. Step 2, tighten the muscles in the pelvis. A urethral squeeze. Pull up through those pelvic floor muscles. Step 3, exhale all the way, pause. And on the count of 3, act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Navel in and up. Little bit more rotation. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, from here, let's inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step forward. Let's gather that breath a few times. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Practicing our chest expansion again. So we did chest expansion just now with the hands forward, thumbs down, press back. Another option is to do a big backstroke. So if you want, take the thumbs up, press back, palms are open, then thumbs down and reach behind you. So the different approaches are going to work around shoulder anatomy primarily. From here, inhale, up through the ribs, open the throat, exhale, bend the knees, come forward, relax your head and neck. Maybe take those hands just a little bit away from the back. Let's make sure the head and the neck are completely relaxed. Shake the head, yes. Turn that head left and right. Relax the jaw. Big exhales from the jaw. One more. When you're ready, soften the knees. Let's walk the hands up. Release those hands. Slowly come up into standing. All right, let's shake off the arms, shake off your legs. If you want, grab a sip of water. We are going into our standing balancing pose for today. Today's standing balancing pose is a variation on dancer's pose, Natarajasana. I am going to use a chair today. Of course, you can use a wall. Most of you know my favorite place to practice yoga is in a corner because there's all different ways to give the body support so you can open and let go of that fear of falling. Your body gets a lot more out of it when there's less fear involved in the practice. So to begin, I recommend if you're using a prop or a wall of any kind, start with your outside part of the body, the outside of the body. I'm going to start with my inside leg, whatever is holding onto my prop, firm on the floor, lifting that outside leg, sweeping back. Now at this point, I may or may not be reaching back for my ankle. Traditionally, the pose is done holding on to the ankle. You can hold on to the outside of the ankle or take that outside arm forward and around, just like we practiced just now. Make a big backstroke movement with your thumb up, and you can hold on to your foot or the inside of your ankle. Holding on is just an option. You don't have to hold on. In fact, when you hold on, the pose is easier. I know it's hard to believe. It might be a bigger reach. It might seem like it's harder to reach, but once you hold on, the pose is easier. So if you're working on core strength, maybe let go. See if you can hold the leg up, but don't hold on to it. Now, wherever you are, keep that standing leg soft. Let's tilt forward just a little bit. And you always have the option to take that arm that is supporting you. You can extend it out or take it away from the wall if that feels comfortable. Again, there are so many ways to express these yoga postures. Yoga is for everybody. For every one person that we have in class, there's at least 20 ways to do the pose with that one person, depending on how you feel today. Let's try one more big breath here. Notice the most open lung. When you're ready, slowly relax. and let that foot come down. Shake off the legs. Okay, let's do the other side. Easy does it. So we have one arm supporting. I'm going to use my chair today to support my leg. So we're going to, outside leg goes back. I'm just going to put my leg on the chair today and slide it back. And then I can always reach back this way or practice that big sweeping motion. And again, you may or may not hold on to that leg. Let's check in with that supporting pillar of strength. Notice the support, the strength in that standing leg. And if you want, shift forward just a little bit. Option to take the hand away. Big inhales into that most open place, into the most open lung. One more big breath in. When you're ready, slowly come out of the pose. Depending on where you are, just take your sweet time. Let's step onto the floor and shake out your legs. All right, guys, go ahead and grab a quick sip of water. We are going to come down onto the floor. Moving into our last part of class, a little bit of floor stretching and some final meditation. For us to safely come down, we can hinge from the hips, taking one foot back at a time. Let's go ahead and roll down onto our backs. You can do this from your side, roll onto the back, or from seated, and go ahead and grab your comforts for meditation. So you might want to have pillows nearby. We just have a couple of stretches to do here lying on the floor. It's just one big final opportunity for the body to release tension or stress. So let's begin with pond gesture, pond. The body has already gone through a big rehearsal of this stretch. We take both arms up, and this time, both legs straight, pond gesture. Point the toes, roll the knees and the toes in towards each other. Reach back through the fingertips as far as the shoulders and spine will permit. And you're welcome to lift your ribs away from the floor. You might even notice that your sternum and your chest gets closer to the chin. This is opening the energy through the gut, all the way down into the pelvis organs. Let's inhale and reach, big breath in. Reach and point the toes with as much energy as possible. And now exhale, relax everything. Let those hands come down beside you. Let the feet go out to the side. If you know that your body is comfortable right now, stay where you are. When your body says it's done, it's done. If you feel like you need one final stretch, let's try dead bug, also known as happy baby pose. Bending the knees, drawing the knees to the chest, hands behind the thighs or knees. Of course, if you like, reach up and hold on to your feet and your toes, adding in that gentle sway. You might want to embrace some stillness with happy baby or rock a little more. It can be very playful either way. Whenever it feels right for you, relax the whole body. If there are any other movements your body is craving right now, go ahead and stretch in any natural way. Ultimately, you are always creating your own personal practice in each one of these sessions. You're listening to the body. The body is the most intelligent guide. The body is the teacher. When you're ready, take your time, get comfortable. I do absolutely adore having a chair in the practice. If you can elevate your feet, I highly recommend it. This is used to stimulate the energies in the body that promote healthy circulation. Wherever you are, let's get comfortable. Close your eyes or gaze softly. Take the hands out beside you, palms up. Let's take our thumb to the index finger as if you're going to make the OK sign. Pressing gently with the tip of the index finger to the tip of the thumb. The other 3 fingers are relaxed. Notice the pressure you're using in the left hand. So there's only a sensation of pressure as if you were going to squeeze a perfectly ripe grape, and you don't want to bruise it. You don't want to break the skin on that grape. So it's a super ripe grape. You're just going to add a little bit of a squeeze so you feel like there's a sponginess there, a little bit of a bounce back. And we don't want to bruise or break the skin of that ripe fruit. From here, for the next few easy breaths, you're going to be chanting silently in your mind. On the inhale, hearing the sound so. On the exhale, hearing the sound hum. Inhaling through the nose as much as possible. Exhaling from the throat. We may want to relax the very middle of the bottom lip. Still inhaling through the nose as much as possible. So hum, so hum. Now maybe for the next few quiet breaths, as you inhale, hearing the sound so, feel that the body becomes very light, very open, maybe even imagining that your body begins to float over the earth, levitating. As you exhale with that sound of hum, the body becomes very heavy, and you notice a sensation of weight. You're being drawn into the earth. Inhale, so, slowly rising, lightening up. Exhale, hum, becoming very heavy. Let's keep that chant of so hum for at least another quiet minute in your practice. Now maybe find that place between heavy and light, somewhere between the so hum, where you can identify with a sensation of being centered, neither too light nor too heavy. Sometimes people call this feeling balanced. That can change at any time. Balance shifts with the seasons. Balance shifts from day to day. So maybe just notice where you feel most centered. Where is that place where you're neither too heavy nor too light? And as we identify that place, we'll deepen the breath, big inhale. And then exhale, a couple more. You can keep your hands in the mudra for energy, or you can bring them over your heart in closing. I thank you all for joining me today in our practice, Yoga for Everybody. I hope you have an absolutely lovely, lovely day. Namaste, everybody. See you next time.